Oh yeah, it's here. Sonic the Hedgehog is in Magic the Gathering with this brand new secret lair. I gotta say, I am super hyped for this. I have been a Sonic fan for a long time. I know we talk a lot about Ninja Turtles on the channel, but Sonic is also a pretty big part of my childhood. It was the Genesis was the first game system that I actually saved up and bought with my own allowance. Like, I remember, I can still picture going into Johnny's Toys, which is sort of more local toy chain here in Ohio, and picking up my Model 2 Genesis with the Sonic and Knuckles pack-in. And so it's been a huge thing. I was a big fan of the cartoons, and it's so awesome. I just never thought, even with the Universes Beyond, that we would see Sonic in Magic. But like, this is one of those, like, anything is possible. So I picked up the Friends and Foes Secret Lair. And actually, at the time I'm recording this, you can still pick up this secret lair, which is crazy because normally lairs like this that have unique cards that have never been printed before, they sell out pretty quick. So they must have made like a whole bunch of these to make sure that people got them, which is cool. So like I said, there's 7 brand new to Magic cards, all featuring Sonic and his friends and foes. And there were 2 other secret lairs; those have sold out. And I actually have one of those that's still on the way. So when I get that, I will open it up for you guys. But for right now, let's get to it. Oh yeah, this is happening, Sonic the Hedgehog. It really is. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that's cute. It's got the rings. I like that. Cute. Okay, so it's in paper this time. They're normally in plastic, but I guess they're going for a more, oh, what is the word? A more environmentally friendly packaging. So, first off, we got a Super State. I did not think this would be the first card, but here it is. You can gift the powers of all 7 Chaos Emeralds to any of your creatures. It's 7 colorless mana, so it can go in any deck. It's a legendary aura. You can only enchant creatures you control. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 9/9 and has flying, first strike, trample, and haste. This reminds me a lot of Eldrazi Conscription from Rise of Eldrazi, in that it's just a crazy powerful aura enchantment. But it gets better. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. This could be a game ender in games of Commander. This could be really cool. I just love the idea that you can obviously, put the Super State on any of the Sonic characters in this lair, but you could put it on other stuff. You could put it on Tiny Bones. You could put it on Fibblethip. You could put it on Deadpool. Like, there's a lot of just insane stuff you could do with this, so I'm really excited for this. So next up we have Knuckles the Echidna. He's a mono red, 4 mana 2/4 with double strike, trample, and haste. I really like that they really captured his punch first and then ask questions if you were getting consciousness later. And he seems very based off of his appearance in the Sonic Adventure series, because his thing is all about collecting and finding treasures or, shards of the Master Emerald. So whenever one or more creatures you control do combat damage to a player, you get a treasure token. And he has a special ability, Treasure Hunter. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 30 or more artifacts, you win the game. That is a pretty big ask, and I'm honestly kind of curious about the number, because there's a card called Hellkite Tyrant that has pretty much the same victory clause, but it only requires 20 artifacts, and I've been thinking, and I haven't had time to check, but over the 2 adventure games, it's possible that if each one has 5 Knuckles levels with 3 collectibles in each, that over the course of those 2 games, he does collect 30 artifacts. So that would be really cool if that is in fact where they're going with this. Next up, Amy Rose. And I really like this art because it's kind of hard to tell, but if you look back here, she has just knocked out a Motobug, which is one of the original enemies from the first Sonic game on Genesis. So that's really cool. She's a legendary Hedgehog warrior. Knuckles is an Echidna. I don't know if I mentioned that he is actually an Echidna creature type. These are both new creature types to Magic the Gathering. She's 2 red and a white for 3/3 with haste. And she's going right in my Captain America deck. She is kind of crazy. So whenever Amy attacks, you attach up to 1 target equipment to her. Notice it doesn't specify that it has to be something you control. You can grab other people's equipments with this. Then, up to 1 other target attacking creature gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is Amy's power. So that's actually pretty cool. Now, like I said, you can use other people's equipment, but they will still control it. So during their next turn, they can reattach it to one of their creatures, but you're wasting some of their time and mana, so I'm kind of all about that. It's really cool. This is cool. She's going right in my Captain America deck. Next up, we have Dr. Eggman. This is probably my favorite art in the Lair because look at it. Look at all those original badniks back there. The crab. You've got the wasps back there, and down here it looks like it's the centipede that I think first shows up in the second level of original Sonic Genesis. But this is just so cool to see all of these classic looking robot enemies. And he's actually one that I'm actually planning. I'm already pulled some cards for a commander deck for. So he is 2, a red, a black, and a blue for a legendary human scientist. He's a 3/6 flyer. And at the beginning of your end step, you get to draw a card. Then each opponent faces a villainous choice. This is a super fun, flavorful mechanic that first showed up in the Doctor Who sets. Basically, it's a pick your poison type of mechanic. So for each opponent, targets everybody. Each person has to choose whether they discard a card, or if they're going to let you put a construct, robot, or vehicle card from your hand onto the battlefield. I really like this, because in most cases they're just going to discard a card, so you'll just kind of have card advantage. But it's a really cool political tool to kind of like try to make deals with people, saying like, if somebody has like a really, a problematic creature, you could try to convince somebody to let you put a construct, a robot, or a vehicle on the battlefield that has an ETB that could take care of that creature in exchange for, a favor later. So it's really cool. It's really cool in Commander, and I'm really excited to build this deck. Next, we have we have Tails. I'm not calling him Miles. This has got to be a trans thing for me, but like Tails is his chosen name. He doesn't go by Miles. He doesn't like his given name. So it's a totally a trans thing I'm projecting, but it's just really weird that they give him the whole name when he only goes by Tails. That's it. End of rant. He's 1 a blue and a white for a 3/1 flyer with flash. I like the flash, which means you can cast him at instant speed. To me, this kind of like represents when he was like the second player in the Genesis games. Like if you ran off the screen and you left him behind, a few moments later he would just kind of pop back in. So I think that might be where the flash comes from. He's got whenever a vehicle you control enters, you draw a card if it has flying. Otherwise, you put a flying counter on it. I'm not so huge on this. I think it kind of sells him short. He's more than just a plane, like an airplane guy. He's really just an absolute tech savant in like everything. Like he's got his own game, Tales of Adventures for the Game Gear, where he's got a submarine, he's got a little robot that you can remote control. He's got honestly enough explosives to commit a war crime, including napalm, which I think is a war crime. And then in the Adventure series, he's disarming missiles, he's hacking government computers, he's turning his biplane into a bipedal war mech that can also transform into a car, and he creates, through techno-alchemy, a replica Chaos Emerald that has these same wavelengths and properties, but is not as strong. So I just kind of wish that, kind of like with Eggman, like Eggman has 3 different things that he can interact with. As a scientist, I kind of wish that Tails maybe had like artifact creature or something else. And we've got the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog. This, I think, is going to be the strongest card in this pack. He's 2 black and 2 red for a 4/2. He's got haste, and whenever he or another creature you control with flash or haste dies, you draw a card. I'm not quite sure how that's flavored to him. It seems just more like a good Rakdos thing, and something you can really take advantage of. There's a lot of red cards that will make temporary tokens with haste that'll sacrifice to the end of the turn, so that'll draw you a bunch of cards. That's not why he's good. Chaos Control. That is why he is good. Each spell you cast has split second. If mana from an artifact was spent to cast a split second, is a great, powerful, older mechanic. As long as it's on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. Basically, it means nobody can counter your spell, nobody can cast any protection spells or abilities on their creatures if you're trying to use a kill spell. You can basically, as long as you're using treasures, mana rocks, artifact lands, artifact creature mana dorks, your spells are going to be able to be cast and nobody can interrupt them, and that is extremely powerful to give that to all your spells. Next, we've got Sonic the Hedgehog, and I really like this, that they're inverse. You've got a 2/4 in Sonic, and you've got a 4/2 in Shadow. I really like they're like the mirror opposites of each other. So Sonic costs 1, a blue, a red, and a white. He's a 2/4, like I said. He's got haste, and his ability, gotta go fast. Whenever Sonic the Hedgehog attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with Flash or Haste. This includes him. So the first time he attacks, he's actually a 3/5. And his last ability, I absolutely love. It is such a flavor win to use the mechanics of your game to perfectly encapsulate something about a character from outside of it. So whenever a creature you control with Flash or Haste is dealt damage, you create a tapped treasure token. When he takes damage, he loses rings. This is, I love it. I love the flavor of this. It is so awesome. And then we've got, our bonus card is the Master Emerald Shrine. It's actually foil. I did not get this in foil, so that's kind of cool. I really like the foiling on the emerald back here. It's Command Tower. It's not the rare, the rarer version of the bonus card, but it's still nice. I kind of figured I would actually end up getting this, with my luck, so I actually did not end up buying a Command Tower when I was buying things for the Dr. Robotnik deck, but I like this. It's really pretty art, and I really like that foiling that's kind of just on the emerald. And that is the Sonic Friends and Foes Secret Lair deck. Not deck, it is just a secret lair. You can make a deck out of it. Anyway, this has been really fun. I'm really happy to have these. They're so cool that these just exist in Magic. It's so awesome. It's so fun. I'm going to be doing another one of these once my other Sonic Lair comes in, so maybe, if I'm really lucky, I'll get a Chaos Emerald in one of those, and we can all enjoy me yelling and going crazy. And yeah, I've got some other Magic stuff that I'm planning, some more unboxings, Spider-Man's coming out soon. So, yeah, just like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.